I had to click hers because she had the long purple hair and she's often live. So I was like, let me see what the fuss is about her. And I clicked on her and I was like, oh, she's a nice girl. She's really nice. She's a sweet girl. So I understand why people gift her and stuff like that. But yeah, Julian, when I'm talking about things, I go from one subject to the next. That's how you keep yourself talking. You keep moving from one thing to the next. That way you have a subject to keep talking about. See, now you made me forget what I was talking about. So now we're moving on to a new subject. Do you see that? So purple hair to get her to come. Yes. I don't know what drew me. I was just like, oh, okay. She's skinny and she has purple hair. I bet you she's like one of the top girls on here because they keep advertising her. So I clicked on her thing. But other than that, I don't usually click on the people who have like a billion beans or whatever it is. Julian. All right, everybody's a Tony. Hey, Tony. Hey, wait. Am I doing it right? Am I doing this? Am I doing the Italian fingers right? I'm sorry. I'm not Italian. Am I doing it right? Hey. You'll eat my farts, Chris? That's really weird. You can't eat gaseous substances. I mean, you could drink them inside of your pop as if your pop was being carbonated by farts. But I don't think your pop would be as pleasant. I would rather you just have the regular carbonation than my farts. I feel like it's safer. I know intoxicated, I swear. You really can't. So Team Tomorrow will work on her people awareness. There's a deep obsession with consumerism. Okay. Whatever we got to work on, guys. Whatever we got to work on. You guys, do you guys see the Mr. Lee person in the room? I am always watching his lives. So if you guys ever want to hang out with me when I'm not live, I'm usually in his room. If I'm not with Empress, I'm in his room or in Yoko's room. It's usually those three. I go to all of you guys' rooms for like 10 minutes, but their rooms, I actually stay and hang out for like hours and hours and hours. I talk to them all the time. He blocked you? Well, Alicious, it's because you're not really trying to be a host. If you were really trying to be a host, it would be different, but I don't think you are. I think you are purposely just trying to get my attention. Right. So I can't help you once again. I keep telling you I'm not an agent. I can't get you set up. He said one day you'll leave this world behind. So live a life you'll remember. I love that song. I really do. I gotta sing it when you type it in. A lot of people probably don't know that song. Isn't it one of the newer songs? I don't know if it's newer or if it just got reinvented because of TikTok. But TikTok has brought a lot of songs meaning again. Like when you watch a really good movie, have you guys ever seen a really good movie like Superman or something? Whatever songs they play in those commercials, whatever songs they play in the movie theater, you are going to be more drawn to those songs because they put it with something that you're interested in. Same thing with TikTok. Take a song, put it with something that people are interested in, dance moves, something entertaining, and that song will become entertaining again. It will give it new meaning. It will become popular again. And it's freaking awesome. It's amazing to see that something like that can just happen. I keep feeding my dinosaur magically. I am the moon of an eyes at Erin the dark night. See, YN, you still don't make any sense. You try to be poetic and it's still, and you know, the teachers tell you don't even have to rhyme when you're doing poetry, but you just aren't doing it. You're not doing it right, buddy. Thank you, Urshifu, and welcome back. You guys, poetry is not for everybody. You guys ever have the book Where the Sidewalk Ends? It was a really good poetry book. Like, it was like back in like the 90s, the late 90s, Where the Sidewalk Ends. Like, it was really popular. Poetry actually used to be popular in the 90s, believe it or not. Oh, I guess you guys didn't read it. Basically, it was just a really huge book full of poetry. But they were really beautiful, beautiful poems in there. If you really want to like increase your your English, like just in general, English, your speaking, your level of reading, your everything. You start reading some poetry. Believe it or not, it really does help. Like a lot of people are like, whoa, you read really fast. And I'm like, yeah, I read super fast. I've been reading poetry for a long time in my life. And when you learn how to read poetry, you learn how to read everything fast. It's freaking amazing. Yeah, sweet pea, you know what I'm saying. Poetry is freaking great. And it's weird to see that poetry kind of died down, or it kind of like changed into something different. It's like now anything can be considered, well, I mean, it always could be, anything could really be poetry before, but now it's like, you don't see some of the epic poems that used to be out there. Yeah, Mr. Lee, and we see proof with that when we see Beowulf and the Shakespearean era and how they used to write versus how we write now. Like when you try to read a Shakespearean book, it's very, very deep. Everything just has deep meaning and interpretation to it. Thank you, Urshifu. Versus now, it's like they really just tell you what they mean. Before, they would make you kind of guess, like, wow, let me ponder what he's saying to get the real meaning. Could he be meaning this? Could he be meaning that? And everything could possibly have 20 meanings back then. It's just like the Bible. The Bible is a really interesting book too, because it has so many interpretations. It's such a fascinating time back then when they used to write with in such scholar levels versus now where it's like, where'd all the scholar level writing go? It's weird. Yeah, you know what I mean, Lee? That's why I still like to go to the Renaissance Festival, but even at the Renaissance Festival, it's kind of turned into a whole bunch of peasants and wenches. No offense. Yeah, exactly. You guys, I spent a lot of money on my Renaissance dress. I had a professional Renaissance dress made from one of the companies. I sent them my measurements, but I had it made 2 years ago. And it's way too big on me now. I've only lost 10 pounds since then, but because I've worked at Amazon, a lot of my weight also turned into muscle. And so none of my clothes from back then fit me. And I'm really upset that I spent $400 on a dress that I will never wear again. And I only wore to the Renaissance one time. Yeah, that's very true, Mr. Lee. It really is. Not only that, you guys, but some of you guys, I could write in code and you won't know what I'm writing because my code is called cursive and you guys didn't learn it. I'm joking. I know most of you guys still learn cursive. I'm hoping I don't have too many 18-year-old fans in here. That'd be kind of creepy. Well, you never know. I am 35, you guys. But if you're 18 and you're following me, that's fine. Exactly, Eli. It's cool to know cursive because a lot of people don't. Yeah, they don't teach cursive. I could write in cursive and somebody will look at it like, what's that? Are you writing in Harry Potter? Is that Arabic? Sure, that's Arabic. Can you read Arabic? You never know. Like, oh. All right, you guys, it is time for me to get off. I don't think I'm going to, no, I still have to open, I have to watch live so I can get the points for the day. God. All right, so I'm going to leave somebody's live open, but I'll probably be falling asleep during your live. No offense. So I'll try to keep you guys, thank you, JD.